The mystery of Koma Shrine. I'm right at Koma Rock, a revered Kamba sacred place since the mist of time. Elders would arrive here to offer sacrifices at the traditional altars called Ithembo. They would pray for fertility of Kamba land and protection from pestilence. Season after season, they sacrificed to the unknown with unshakable faith that their petitions would be answered. They believed that a mystic power resided on these hills of Koma. Myths say that in the dawn of 1830, a Kamba man, only known by the name Withi, decided to erect a small hut on top of the rocky outcrop you see. From the hut, he would watch for Maasai bandits who may attempt an ambush. As Mwithi's wives went by collecting firewood and grass to thatch their huts, they started seeing apparitions. This is further corroborated by Anne Katungwa, a Kamba writer. They would see a vision of a young white woman holding an infant in her arms. They would then bow down and hide their faces from the gleaming sight, only to see it had disappeared into the blues upon looking up again. This is the mystery. In 1971, a Molwen construction company was contracted by the government to construct Nairobi-Kangundo Road. The arduous work of blasting the rocky outcrop to acquire hardcore and ballast began. The elders opposed the move, but later agreed that Ithembo be relocated to the foot of Mugumo tree at the end of the hill. A bag of sugar and 2 he-goats were offered to appease the spirits. Despite the rituals, blasting was very hard. Machinery would break down and process became slow, says Mutuku, a resident. Strangely, the rocks from other places were easy to blast. Apparently, there was an eccentric force preventing the rock from being damaged. And now, a story of a wailing child. A man had pitched a tent on the lonely Koma Rock hill. One night, in the wee hours, he was aroused from sleep by the wails of a child. In the utter dusk, the child's voice said, "Mom, we'll soon have to move from this place. They are destroying our home." The mother comforted the child, saying, "No, my son, we will continue staying here." The first night the man heard this, he ignored it and went back to sleep. The nondescript conversation, however, continued for 2 more nights. When the man, an Israeli contractor, shared his concern with the workers, they downed their tools and the work stopped. Numerous unused tools abandoned on the rocks is a testimony of the bizarre occurrences. And then a cleansing was done, according to myths. A cleansing ceremony was conducted by Catholic priests, and the rock was made a Catholic shrine, where pilgrims from near and far come to pray and meditate. You will see them crying aloud, silently showing sadness and happiness at the same time. Each pilgrim has a story, background, motivation, but they all have something in common. They are all religious, and they have found a place of prayer and meditation, such that thousands of religious people visit every year to meditate.